Hey guys, I'm back again and I'm here to do my April wrap up. Now, I had an extraordinary month, I would say, because I managed to read 9 books in April, and that's not really very common for me to do, but since I'm trying to read 100 books this year, that might be, you know, part of why that happened. Now, I don't know if those 100 books this year are going to happen. I'm already 6 books behind, okay, but never mind. So let me talk to you about what I read in April. I read some excellent books last month, so I'm hoping that this month will be the same, although it's already started on a down, you know. I'm already at a 2-star already. And actually, I'm going to talk to you about a few graphic novels I got to this month. The first one is called Les Cahiers d'Esther, Histoire de mes 10 ans. It's by Riyad Sattouf. It's called The Notebooks of Esther, Stories of My Life of 10 years old, and this is the book. And I thoroughly enjoyed this. This is like, you know, kind of like comical kid kind of humor in a way. Very French, okay? But yeah, I enjoyed it. So I will be continuing with this because it's like a little series. It has Esther at 11 years old and 12 years old, so I hope to get to those as well. Next, I picked up L'Odyssée d'Hakim, volumes 1 and 2. So this is volume 1. And this one is De la Syrie à la Turquie. It's from Syria to Turkey, and these are in French, but I'm not sure if they're translated into English. I don't know. I haven't seen it. And then I read the second one, which is called L'Odyssée d'Hakim. And this one is De la Turquie à la Grèce. So that was the second one. Now, these are written by a guy who is... I should say he's sort of like he's a comic book drawer, journalist kind of guy. He used to be an engineer, and he wanted to write stories about immigrants, like real stories. You know, he wanted to show people what immigrants are really living through. So he met this man, Hakim, and he is telling his story here. Now, volume 3 is coming out, I think, in June. I cannot wait. Oh my God, I can't wait. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed these two. I gave them 5 stars. They're very, very interesting to read. I read these during Dewey's 24-hour readathon. And just to give you an idea of what they look like, it's a little bit like this on the inside. So basically, the principle of this is, this guy who wrote this is Fabien Toulmé, and he visits regularly Hakim, and Hakim recounts his story of how he manages to arrive in France with his wife and son. And girl, whoo, child, let me tell you, that story, it had me on edge. You know, I think we really need to look deeply into the stories of immigrants and what they go through to move to another place, and understand more why they're moving and to what extent they need to leave their countries for various different reasons. Just a fantastic recount of Hakim's story. If you do speak French, I highly recommend it. So good. My second book is this one, which is my absolute darling. I don't have that much to say about this one because I didn't already said it. I reviewed this one, and this was my book club's 6th pick of the year 2019-2020. And yeah, this was excellent. Such a good read. I highly recommend this one as well. I will link my video below so you can check it out if you haven't already checked it out. Next, I read The Enlightenment of the Green Gage Tree, and I read this with a book club that I joined over on Voxer. And this is by Shokoufe Azar. And apparently this is not her real name. She is of Iranian origin, and this is a story that recounts pretty much the historical events passing after the Iranian Revolution. I found this one very, very good. I didn't think I was going to like it when I started reading it, but I actually got sucked in very quickly to the voice of the young girl. If you want to watch a very good review of this, I would recommend that you watch Kamil's video. I will link it below because he did this video like so well, and you'll be able to understand more of the details in the sense of the historical events and how important they play in the telling of this story. But I highly recommend this one. It's a short read, but it's a very important read. Next, I picked up this one, which is Close to the Bone by Jake Lamarr. I thoroughly enjoyed this one. This was a blast from the past. This is a backlist book, and it's been sitting on my shelf for forever and ever, and I'm so glad I finally picked it up. I read this as a buddy read with my friend Rosa. We loved reading this book. It was just so, so good. I've done a review on this one, so I don't have anything else to say. You can just check the video, link below. I picked up this one, which is Patsy by Nicole Dennis Ben, who is quickly my favorite author at the moment. I did a review on this one. Patsy was such a good read. I was so hoping it would be great, and it was really, really good. This is another immigrant story, but this is fiction. Hakeem is nonfiction, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And even though it's full of unlikable characters, as a matter of fact, just like Here Comes the Sun, but I still really, really like the stories. So I highly recommend it. I'll link my video below because I reviewed it. And then I have this one, which I read with Jacqueline from 6 Minutes for Me. This is called Barracuda by Christos. And this is a story about Daniel Kelly, a young boy trying to swim to the Olympics, and downward spiral, problems happen, and the story begins. I don't have anything else to say about this one. You know I reviewed it. I'll link it below. Loved this book. And last but not least, I read Tara Jean Winch's Swallow the Air, which I also read with Jacqueline. So pretty much I read 2 books this month for a hashtag Aussie April, and I am definitely going to be reading more Australian literature if I can get my hands on more. I'm definitely going to be picking up more from Tara Jean Winch. This one was not really my cup of tea. There was something off about it. I think it felt more like a short story collection and not like a novel. I'm hoping to read The Yield, though. That's the one I really want to get to. This is her, I think The Yield is her latest one. This was her first book. But for a first book, it's not bad. Her writing is very good, but there was something about the way this story was put together that just, it didn't work for me. But that's not putting me off of Tara Jean Winch. I will definitely be checking out The Yield as soon as I can. And any other Australian author, as a matter of fact, because, yeah, we need to read more Australian work. So, yeah. So that's that. Those were all of the books that I read in April. I had a great month. Oh, I'm praying that this month will be just as good. You just never know. You try to pick really good ones and, you know, it just doesn't work. I've already picked one. We read it as a buddy read. And sadly, it just, that wasn't it. That wasn't it. So cross your fingers that I have a good month this month. I cross my fingers that you have a good month this month. And yeah, so let's talk below about what you guys read last month. What was your best read of the month? Okay, I'll talk to you guys real soon. Bye.